Hello and welcome to the $1 Million Message. This is your Fearless Friday message with Callie DeBlander Brigham, calling from beautiful Pensacola Beach, Florida. And I'm so excited to be with you today. I'm going to jump back into our series and then some. We just have a few more weeks in that, which I'm excited about. Prayerfully, as you finish May strong. May and June are two of the most exciting months in our Mary Kay year, aren't they? And so we push in May to finish strong, and then miracles happen in June, right? But before I hop into that message, I just want to thank you all for being part of my life and really contributing so much back to me. You may recall that a few weeks ago, about a month and a half ago, my son broke his finger, and it was a really trying first week emotionally for him. He's usually pretty positive and, easygoing sort of kid, but it did hit him a couple of days into it, just how tough this was. And in knowing that we all have a relationship here on the $1 Million Message and what I've learned at Mary Kay, so much can be helped with a grateful heart, even when you don't feel like it. That reminds me of another message during the middle of the hurricane that we had. By the way, we appreciate all the love and prayers. Our bridge has been out for 9 months, so pretty much my kids' entire school year has doubled or tripled their commute to school. Because we have to go a completely different way, and my husband too. And so we just really try to default to gratitude, especially when we don't feel like it. And so I had a conversation with my son about what was he thankful for, what were lessons that he learned in breaking his finger. And part of the reason that I did that was I wanted to see what he said so I could share it with you all. And so thank you for being you and for being here and listening every day and every week, because it really triggered that thought for me. And so we had a good conversation about it at the time, and I shared those lessons with you. But sometimes you don't know if something really sticks with a 12-year-old. And I was at the kids' school this week, and his teacher came up to me, and she's actually only been his teacher for a couple months. She stepped in for another teacher. And so I just want to tell you that we were all kind of just going around the room saying what we were thankful and grateful for, and your son said he was thankful he broke his finger. She said, you should have heard the gasps in the class. They're like, what? And she just recognized the uniqueness of that attitude. And I just want to, again, say thank you all for being the kind of women that I knew that would resonate with, and being the kind of women that even though we feel what we feel and we go through tough times, we choose together to say, what is the good in this? What is the good in this? And so I just wanted to pass that back to you all today in case somebody needed to hear it. So we're on week 8, and it is entitled Knowledge, the Wonder of It All. One of the greatest pleasures in life is to simply wonder. When was the last time you had a few quiet moments to lie on the grass and watch the clouds float by? Been a long time. Or just stare up at a star-filled sky and imagine what it's like to be floating out among them. How long has it been since you've stood on the beach? Well, not too long for me, and gazed out towards the expanse of the ocean, had the sensation that you were very small, and yet at the same time that you were part of something much larger than yourself. Did you ever wonder why or how, when, where, what? How did the ladybug get her spot? How did salmon know to swim upstream to the exact place they hatched? I wonder what it was like to live in a cabin on the American frontier. Boy, this does sound like my daughter's 4th grade class or my son's 6th grade class. To wonder is to hold in your heart a love of learning that can renew your heart, mind, and body for a lifetime. We're so fortunate when we never forget what a gift finding the answers to our questions can be. For when we possess knowledge, we possess the power to improve not just our lives, but the lives of our family and friends. So, how comfortable are you with questions? Do you ask them with passion, or are you passive about learning what you do not know? If you are afraid you will lose face or appear unintelligent for asking a question, know this. The only dumb question is the question that is never asked. Mary Kay often said, "Hitch your wagon to a star. Don't be afraid to ask others to share what they have learned so you can enjoy and grow through the benefit of their experiences." Look around you. Women such as these are everywhere within the Mary Kay world. They are smart, vibrant, go-give women who would love nothing more than to help you succeed. Are you willing to take their suggestions to heart? Are you willing to meet them halfway by doing your part to learn and grow? If you find in your heart the answer is no, then ask yourself the following question. Why are you choosing to struggle and go it alone? You deserve to be confident and successful in your business, wouldn't you agree? And through your quest to learn and repeatedly put into practice the knowledge you have received, the day will come when you will realize that your confidence has increased. And when that day comes, just imagine how powerful you'll be. So here's a few questions for you to think about today. What does the statement, "knowledge is power," mean to you? And how can knowledge and confidence go hand in hand? Next question, do you often quit ventures or remove yourself from situations due to lack of confidence in the subject matter? And then you can think of an example of when you struggled with a particular aspect of your Mary Kay business just because you lacked the knowledge and the skills. How did you ultimately gain the knowledge or skills? Another question, do you think most people actively pursue knowledge to improve themselves or their business of their businesses, or do you think that most people are passive about learning? And finally, do you reach out to others who are struggling and share your experiences and knowledge in an effort to lift them up? If yes, why? If no, why not? Some really good questions today. And so here's a few suggestions. Go to the library or a bookstore or Amazon or whatever and select a title you wouldn't normally choose. Consider a book that would stretch your ability to consider other points of view, broaden your horizons, or simply because you have the privilege of doing so. Another suggestion, turn off the TV this week. Instead, it says read the newspaper. I don't know right about now. Maybe put that aside too. Or try your hand at something else, like cooking a recipe you've never done, or a do-it-yourself project this weekend, right? Or, again, something in your Mary Kay business that you really never thought to put the time into. And then lastly, take an education inventory regarding your Mary Kay business. Identify areas you feel you could strengthen, like money management or team building, and create a plan to get the information you need. You could call your sales director, right? Or you could schedule some time watching someone work their business. And by that, I don't mean necessarily going to their house, but examining how they do it. Obviously, your weekly success meeting, however that is, on Zoom or in person. And of course, our amazing resources that are our mobile learning app and our Mary Kay in Touch resources too. They're everywhere. So, I've kind of heard it said, like, what are you pretending not to know? Well, sometimes that's true, and sometimes you just don't know yet. But the answers are out there. Google too, right? Lots that I've learned during the pandemic. I've learned thanks to Google. I feel like I have a PhD in Googling things. So I just wanted to, again, thank you for being a place where I know that I can come with an attitude of gratitude, no matter what's going on, and also a place where we can continue to grow in knowledge. So finish up this month of May strong, sisters. That's the way to do it. Create momentum, and we're going to, of course, be excited about all that June's going to bring. Have a great day. Bye-bye.